Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at the Chaos Isle Zombie Deck. I don't know much about this game, I just found it online, looked really cool, and I bought it, and I bought a bunch of the expansions for it too. So we're going to cover all of them in different episodes. So today we're looking at this one. Let's see what it says on the box. This is a mission-based card game. That means it's probably pretty interesting. In the back, the blurb says it seems that unbalanced scientist Dr. Zychek has gone a little overboard with his experiments in search of immortality, and the Isle has become overrun with his zombie monstrosities. They use zombie with an I, not with an E, so it's hip with the kids and voodoo. Can you escape from the Isle before being added to their menu? Chaos Isle is a mission-based card game, MBCG, that can be played solo or by 2 to 6 players using just a single deck. Expansions are also available to add to the fun. The Zombie Deck has each player taking on the role of one of the characters who attempts to complete his mission before the other players complete theirs, all the while fending off 10 different zombie enemies. If you are killed, you become the zombie that slew you, and now you attack the other characters. Includes beautifully illustrated 102 card deck and instruction sheet. Dice and tokens not included. Alright, then they do have a website at realmmastersgameforge.com. It's for ages 13 and up, probably due to the horror elements. And it did run for about 20 bucks. I got it a little cheaper than that. But let's tear into this and see what we got here. Alright, that's not reassuring. Alright, so we got 2 decks here and a little rule book. Of course it's a fold out, because that always is a sign of poor quality. Alright, so the instructions look pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. It's only 2 pages, front and back. So not bad. There is pretty straightforward stats, it looks like. We got your attack, your name, resources, stats, attack, humorous background text. The fact you have to label it humorous background text isn't funny, and it's usually indicating that you don't have a good sense of humor, because people will know when you're trying to be funny. You don't have to tell them. Alright, so yeah, it looks pretty straightforward, fairly simple. There's one deck here with it's labeled enemy, and looks like these are all enemy cards. And then this deck is labeled mission. Let's see if these are all mission cards. Nope. Nope. No. Alright, we've got mission cards. We've got equipment cards. Then we've got red enemy cards. Let's scooch these over. I think the character cards are in the bottom of this deck. Yes, the character cards are hidden at the bottom. So we have mission, equipment, enemy, and character cards. I'm going to leave these kind of separated even though they're the same type of card, so I can get them all back in the box, because this box shape makes no sense. Make a smaller, thicker box, like a deck box, and it probably would have made more sense. But since I have to get them back in there, I'm going to kind of keep them separate, so I apologize for that. Let's look at our character cards first. Alright, we've got Salty, a former inmate. Salty was glad to be out of the joint until those zombies ate his hamsters. Now he's looking for a way back in. So he's just some old dude with a cane whose name is Salty. Now that can mean different things to different people based on the nasty things you see on the internet. Let's see what his flavor text is. Humorous text. He could do a cane strike or thievery. He could steal equipment card from another player. Only one attempt allowed per turn. Alright, we got Travis. who is holding a gun sideways because that's accurate. The Isle's only celebrity, Travis, was an actor on the big screen. He had money, cars, penguins, and fame. Now he's got a dead corpse grinder sprawled out on his front lawn. Alright, these aren't funny. They're just dumb. So it looks like he's got a bandana, which I guess means he's cool, and he holds his gun sideways. Next we've got Uncle Checkers. A suds loving playboy whose smile was wiped off his face when zombies raided his fridge. If you're not funny, don't try and be funny. I don't think these are very hilarious. Maybe 1990s hilarious when we didn't have the internet to know what was really funny, but not now. Angel, a master in Kung Fu, of course she is. Angel isn't the least bit worried about getting chewed by one of these zombies. In fact, she's getting a real kick out of them. Dun dun ch. Then we've got Jane Doe, who's wearing pink bunny slippers. Amnesia, plastic surgery, bad credit. Jane's been through it all. She'll be darned if those zombies are going to chew on her favorite slippers. She's got a hammer. Then we've got Professor Mort, Dr. Z's assistant. When he discovered his boss's plans, he was demoted from his assistant to experiment. And the art looks a little anime-ish, but with slightly, I don't know, not my style of art. So I'm not going to judge because it doesn't look like it's that bad, but I've seen art that I like better. This has a more anime kind of feel. Alright, next we've got the mission notice the pretty colors. They coincide so you don't get them mixed up. We've got mission cards, rescue 10 people. That's one. There is nudity on some of these. This one's you can't really see it very well on the camera, but there is some nudity in these, and they are fairly gory cards. We've got destroy 10 zombies, gather gas to fuel escape. What do we got next here? We've got create vaccine, create a bomb. And it's got the different ingredients for all these in there, so you know what you need. You need, like this one's 2 gas, 3 nitro, 2 gunpowder, etc. Alright, then we've got acquire virus samples. So you need 10 virus samples for this one. And that's all the missions. Pretty straightforward. Now I think one of the supplement decks, all the supplements just add cards. They're very thin. Usually there's a few of them that are thicker, but I think there's more mission cards than some of the other ones. Alright, let's look at equipment, because that's a fairly large stack here. These are both pretty small, not a lot of choices. Alright, we've got a 45 auto. Binoculars. Permits the viewing of the top 3 cards from the enemy deck prior to draw. So that's pretty nice. Alright, we got chai tobacco. Doubles number of character attacks during a single battle. We got a cure pipe, which is just a bong. Removes 1 hit from character. So they're not trying real hard with these jokes. Fireman's axe, +1 to attack. We got a first aid kit, removes up to 3 hits from character. We got a frag grenade, Kevlar vest, M16, mind control serum, perk pills, riot helmet, riot shield, a Rottweiler, serum patch, shotgun, some shuriken, a skateboard, smoke grenade, and a sniper rifle. So that's all the equipment cards in here. Obviously there's probably some more in the supplements, but not a bad selection of different types of things in there. Let's see what we've got in the enemy deck. We got the art is significantly better here. We got a Flesh Reaper, another Flesh Reaper. So this one is a rescue value of 1, and then there's a Flesh Reaper with a 2. Now that says rescue. This Flesh Reaper says virus 1. Another Flesh Reaper virus 1, and a Flesh Reaper virus 2. So to complete that mission with the virus samples, you probably need to kill the ones that say virus on them, is what I'm guessing here. Alright, then we've got a rage. Another rage. Which, pretty strange looking thing. Then we've got a slithering carcass. Slithering carcass, that's a gas of 2. This is a rescue 2. A virus 2 slithering carcass. Nitro 1. Gunpowder 1. Blood 2. So there's different variations on each one. So slithering carcass, we saw like 6 of them, but they all have different special ones. One offers blood, one offers... Yeah, you know, that's pretty straightforward, but it's very interesting. All the creatures seem to be like that. So we've got a stalker, another stalker with a different lineup, stalker, stalker. They're all 4 different, and they all have at least 3 things, and they all offer different numbers. Now we've got a task. Save little girl from being run over by drunken tractor driving zombie. Requirement speed, failure, take a hit. Then here's a task, rescue Chaos Isle's penguin mascot from being Rage's next meal. Another task, unlock bloody safe from the finger chomping donut store. Another task, there's a lot of tasks here. Yeah, some of these look pretty hard actually. The flavor text is pretty goofy. So it's obviously not an incredibly serious game, but it's a little different. The play mechanics look pretty interesting. It has more of a board game feel than a card game, in my opinion, just based on what I'm seeing here. And a couple other people have said that online, and I kind of agree with them. It looks more like the cards you draw are the scenarios that you'd get in a board game, which could work really well for it. Here we've got the Creator. It's worth 2 gas, 2 rescue, 2 virus, 2 nitro, 2 gunpowder, 2 blood, but he looks pretty tough. Alright, and let's look at our other enemy deck here that I just put aside. It's part of the same deck, but like I said, I was just moving it aside for space purposes. I gotta put them back in the box. We've got another Flesh Reaper, Flesh Reaper, Flesh Reaper, a Feeder, Virus 1, Feeder 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 Rescue 1. Oh, that one's screwed up. Look at that printing error. Little white spot. That's annoying. Feeder Rescue 1, Feeder Rescue 1, Feeder Gas 1, Feeder Gas 1, Feeder Gas 1. There's a Corpse Mare, Virus 1, Nitro 1. Same thing, Gas 1, Gunpowder 1. Another Corpse Mare, Virus 1, Blood 1. Another one, Virus 1, Rescue 1. Another one, Virus 1, Rescue 1. Another one, Gas 1, Rescue 1. Another one, Gas 1, Rescue 1. Here's a Corpse Grinder, Gas 1, Rescue 2, Virus 1, Blood 1. Another Corpse Grinder, different stats, or different numbers rather. Another Corpse Grinder. The stats bars look to be the same, it's just the top numbers that are different. Coiler. That one's a Gas 1, Virus 1, Rescue 1. Another Coiler. That one has gunpowder on it. Another Coiler. This one has blood on it. Another Coiler, Nitro. Another Coiler, Gas, Rescue, and Blood. There's a Bone Collector, Virus 2. And then we've got a Bone Collector, Virus 2. Bone Collector, Rescue 1. Bone Collector, Rescue 1. Bone Collector, Gas 1, Rescue 1. Bone Collector, Gas 1, Rescue 1. Bone Collector, Gas 1. Bone Collector, Gas 1. Event, enemies captured. Player takes 1 enemy card from all other players. Event, medical assistance. Each player removes 2 hits from his character. Event, zombie horde. Player draws 3 more enemy cards. Event enemy escapes. Each player loses one enemy card. Event equipment cache. Each player draws an equipment card. And lastly, mission change. Players swap mission cards with another player. That could really be awful, quite honestly. So that's what's inside the Chaos Isle Zombie Deck. I believe this came out in 2008. Yeah, 2008. It actually looks like a pretty fun game. It strikes me as having more of a board game feel, which I think would work for it. And the cards are pretty decent quality. They're not the best, honestly. I think if you leave these sit in a hot environment too long, they're going to end up like that Battle Lords game where all the cards stick together, because the gloss is kind of crappy on here. But the thickness of the cards is good. The art's kind of varied in my opinion, but it's not my style of art. You'll notice that like there's a big difference between what's on the monster card, or the enemy card, and like the level of art here. So I don't know if that's a budgetary issue or somebody was repaying a favor for a friend or what. But I think the art quality is a little varied. But you do get quite a bit of cards. There's 100 and some cards here. And the instructions for the game are pretty easy. It doesn't look like a real complicated game. And you can play it one player. What was it, 1 to 6? Something like that. Solo or 2 to 6 players. I don't know why they just didn't write solo to 6 or 1 to 6, but I didn't market it. So it looks like an interesting game. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. I'd be interested in trying this out, and the expansions should add some variation to it. And there are quite a few expansions. I wouldn't pay 20 bucks for it, I don't think, but I got it significantly cheaper than that. I bought it with all the expansions, and I think it could be a really fun game. So if you get a chance to check it out, it looks a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do a walkthrough on it if I can get some time to do some walkthrough videos and play it out and see what it looks like when you actually play it. In the meantime, that'll do it for this episode. That's what's in the Chaos Isle Zombie Deck. We'll see what's in the expansions in other episodes, and maybe do a playthrough. In the meantime, that's what's inside. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you next time on What's Inside.